Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to our session today. Not so long ago, one of my teachers told me that the best time to prepare for any exam is not before the exam, but after the exam. It does not mean that you have to wait for the exam first and then start preparing. It just means that when you are done taking the exam, and if you couldn't make it through, you do not have to feel dejected. And that's the best opportunity when you can start preparing for the exam again. And on that note, we have a very special guest today with us, Lipi Agarwal. She has secured a rank 34 all over India. Very many congratulations, Lipi. How are you?
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm fine. I'm feeling very it's still unbelievable, but I'm preparing now. I'm mentally preparing myself for law college.
All right. So the feeling is sinking in.
It's starting to sink in now. Yes.
Okay. So Lipi was enrolled with us for the foundation batch. So Lipi, tell us something. How and when did you start, or when did you think of choosing law as a career?
When I was in class 5 or 6, my mom became the member magistrate in juvenile justice board, and then I realized seeing her go through cases and just using legal terms, it made me quite interested in law. कि ऐसे भी काम करते हैं, ऐसा भी कुछ system होता है. Like there is a system like this in our country or in the world. And then my sister is in law school right now, so seeing her go through law school, it made me think, if there is any place I belong, I think I belong in law school. So that is how the seed was planted, and then I started working towards it.
How beautiful. Mama is an inspiration, right?
Yes, a big one.
And what subjects had you opted for after 10th?
In class 11th, humanities stream mein, I had economics, I have economics, political science, history, English core, and then in optionals, I have applied maths.
So tell me, how and when did you start reading newspapers seriously from the point of view of CLAT preparation?
Newspapers, I started reading the Hindu seriously since class 11th, so last year. CA ke perspective se, from a perspective, I have to learn what's written in the newspaper now, not just read it. So class 11th.
And you already had a viewpoint as to how to refer to the newspapers, or were you seeking help?
Starting May, though, in overall class 11, throughout class 11th, I just read the newspapers and I just remembered the major highlights of the year. But then in class 12th, I was referring what my process of reading newspaper was. An hour and a half, I would just dissect the newspaper completely and digest it, and then I would go to DNA videos, the newspaper analysis, because it's not just about the topic; it's also about static GK based on the topic, जो कि DNA से पता चलती है. And then I would used to learn it every day. Like आज का DNA, learn it today. Then tomorrow's DNA, we'll learn it tomorrow. So step by step.
All right. And you were consistent with your newspaper reading, right?
Yes, some days I would skip on newspapers because of schoolwork, or I had midterm exams or something. But other than that, I was very consistent because I realized newspapers are very important, both CA ke perspective se, and then also reading terms.
And how were you referring to the editorial section of the newspaper?
Editorial, I would take a highlighter with me. I would sit down with a calm mind, and I would just read it first, and then take the highlighter and underline all the important phrases or the words that I would Google later, and then I would make a little notebook. Just I would write all the hard words, because these words are used very much in the mock questions, mock passages. So that really helped me.
So let's just talk about your journey, your overall strategy for each subject. Let's begin with the GK first of all.
GK, I was very scared of GK. I was not even starting GK because of the fear of GK. So for the first month, I did not even start GK because पिछले साल का paper, I joined the coaching in June, online coaching, and then उसी time पे paper हुआ, पिछले वाला paper हुआ था, and then all the students were like, GK was so unpredictable, nothing in the world could have prepared me for this GK. So I was really scared of GK. Where do I even start GK? So then I devised a theory for me that this is what I will do. First newspaper, DNA, learn daily DNA, then refer to the class notes because we were like having a lot of GK classes, and then in the end revise all the DNAs of the month, and then the monthly magazine. The monthly magazine was like a real help, because sometimes I would skip over DNA. I would not be able to do DNA, like, so I would be like reassured कि monthly magazine में तो आ ही जाएगा अगर कुछ important होगा तो. So that is how I like tackled GK.
So CLAT Express really help you with the revision
Yes.
part.
Yes, it did.
So how did you go about your legal section?
Legal was my favorite part of entire like my CLAT preparation journey. I just fell in love with the subject like all over again. So how I tackled legal was, first do all the basics. Don't practice questions first. Do the basics, the torts, crimes, constitution. Do everything basics from the modules, and then go about finding as much scenarios as possible on every like for example, let's take fraud in contracts. So however many scenarios you can find on that particular topic, find them, and in that facts and principle questions help a lot. Don't neglect them because वो आते नहीं है directly facts and principles, but they help a lot. And then recent legal is very very important, because recent legal अगर पढ़ते रहोगे, so you would realize कि कैसे पढ़ना है recent legal passages को, which are like very very frequent in CLAT now. So that is how I tackle legal.
All right. And how did you go about the logical reasoning part? Did you find it tedious?
Logical reasoning, I for the first like just start हुआ था coaching, I was like logical reasoning में क्या आता है, and I was expecting like calendars, clocks and all that stuff, and then there was weakening, strengthening and all that, which was very very new to me. So I had to clear up my basics first. So I referred to the GMAT books like Wiley GMAT and all that. So those really helped me develop the basics, and then I went about practicing a lot. Sectional tests help a lot in logical reasoning, because as much sectional test you give, and then analyze the test, because you would know कि इसके पीछे क्या logic था. That is very very helpful to you. You have to think like the examiner, and then you can tackle every question.
So as far as logical is concerned, you began with the acceptance of the fact that yes, मुझे नहीं आता है, and yes, I am ready to learn.
I was very new to it. In the starting mocks, I was scoring very low in logical, and I was like, मेरे से logical नहीं होगा. But then I like accepted कि नहीं आता, and then I worked upon it.
All right. And are you one of those students who are petrified by maths?
Maths in general, I'm not terrified about maths. I have maths as an optional subject. Give me differentiation, I will do it. But this maths was like completely different. This was speed, distance, time and all that maths. That petrified me. And I like GK, I did not start maths for a month. I was like very petrified to even touch it. So I was like, no, you have to do it, because 15 marks, you can score 100% accuracy. You cannot get 100% accuracy. You may or may not get 100% accuracy in other sections, but maths you can aim for like a 15 on 15. So
Exactly.
I started doing like one like जैसे averages का basics हुआ, do the basics, revise the basics, because there are tricks, there are hundreds of tricks like there are. So do the basics, then individual questions on it जो module में थे, and then DIs, and DIs also easy, medium, hard, and then you will be able to tackle them slowly. It will not be like a miracle, but slowly steadily you will do it, but consistency is the key.
Exactly. Like I've always been telling my students that maths attempted, छोड़ के बिल्कुल नहीं आना है. But you know, whatever I'm telling them, it won't have that sort of impact. But when they hear it from somebody who has topped the exam, so they're like, oh, okay, Lipi दीदी ने कहा है तो फिर तो attempt करना चाहिए. Okay. And lastly, let's talk about the English section, reading comprehension.
English, I think, like, not to be like self like praising, but English mein I thought I think I was like already I had a command for the language starting say, because I was reading a lot since I was like 10-11, a lot of books, and diversification of books is necessary. And then I had a command over like debates and stuff. So I thought I would do good, but then there are vocabulary, and I wasn't very good in vocabulary. So the first thing I realized I had to do was work on my vocabulary. So every day, half an hour, I like made a routine. I would do vocabulary. I refer to books. I refer to the editorial vocabularies, then to just word list module, and then there is a book, Normal Lewis, Word Power Made Easy, that also helped. So vocabulary was the first thing I worked on, and then reading speed. I had been unknowingly practicing for CLAT bachpan se. I had been reading a lot, so that helps a lot. And even if you have not been reading pehle se, if you start today, you can also read to a level that you can tackle CLAT pura 2 ghante mein. You can do it. There is no like right time to start. Right time is today. So if you read a lot, there is like no one's stopping you from having a great reading speed, and that matters a lot in 3 sections of CLAT. So that worked.
Exactly. The right time, the right moment is today. And vocabulary and reading skills is something that you cannot, build upon in overnight. So it takes time, it takes practice. All right. And with respect to the mocks, the mock tests, how are you going about those?
Mocks, in the start, I did not even realize ki we had to analyze the mocks. I was giving like 2-3 mocks. I gave and gave. Just saw the marks and okay. But then I saw Anupama ma'am ki ek video and I was like, analyze bhi karna hai. Oh, then I started analyzing, and it did really shoots up your marks. So analyze the mocks and give the mocks just to analyze them. Don't give it like mere marks kam aayenge, mere marks zyada aayenge. Don't think about it. You are giving it to prepare for the final paper, not just having a high score in mocks. So that is, and consistency is very, very important in mocks. If you give a lot of mocks, you will have a lot of practice and lot of edge over others who are not giving that much mocks. That helps.
So exactly, analysis helps you out because you have to learn from your mistakes. Because एक बार गलती करो वो गलती है, और अगर वही गलती दोबारा करो वो बेवकूफी है. So the whole point of mock tests or mock series is that you get to learn from your mistakes. You don't have to repeat those, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And but let's address the elephant in the room. What was your lowest score and what was the highest score in mock tests?
My lowest score was around 63, 64, and it was one of the first mocks I gave. Us time I was like, kitne achhe marks aa gaye mere. 63, 64, and then my highest were 110 or something. And those were in one of the last mocks, the mock league mocks, and I was like, it was a really confidence, like it gave me a really big confidence boost. I can do something. Like I was aiming 90 plus aim ho jaye, bas top 5 mein kuch mil jaye and I will be happy. So that is how.
Okay. And one of the most important points that we have to remember is you have to keep a positive attitude. You have to stay motivated. So what were you doing in order to stay inspired and motivated throughout your journey?
So like first of all, take breaks. Taking breaks is like it will only help you in your preparation, because you can study better with a clear mind. So if you like, if it's getting all fuzzy, take a break. It won't hurt. And then second is, I just kept saying to kept telling myself ki there is little, take away your precious time that you could be studying in. So just don't think about results. It's not going to do anything. Worries about like after 18 December, you can worry. But now all you can do is get up and study. There are no excuses for not studying. So just get up and study. Don't think about results. So I tried my best, and I also overcame it, like not to think about results at all. Karm karo and phal ki chinta mat karo kind of thing. Just don't.
Have any hobby to calm you down and deal with those anxiety pangs?
Yes, I I would just take a pen and just scribble, just have anything, just scribble it and release it. And also listening to a lot of soothing music. Your favorite music, you can listen to anything. It would not like cost you anything, and just like watch a YouTube video or a short documentary movie or anything. Take breaks. Taking breaks really helped me calm down, because you're not a robot, right? So you need the humanly breaks in between. So that helped me actually to relieve it.
So doodling, music, videos, whatever works your way, just pick one hobby and utilize it, right? So, what would you like to suggest to our aspirants all over regarding faculty or, in general, like how to go about the preparation?
I think there's never a right time to start. Like I said before, right time is today. Just start and just think about the studies. What you have to do today. Don't think about don't have farsightedness. कल क्या होगा, अगले हफ्ते क्या पढ़ूंगा. Don't think about it. आज मुझे क्या पढ़ना है. Wake up and plan out your day कि आज मुझे ये सब करना है. Like these are the tasks for today. Do it and then wake up tomorrow and do more tasks. That's it. That's all you need to do, because every day and like consistency makes you like a success story. So I think that would be my only thing to say. Just study. Just get up and study.
All right. And apart from you yourself, who do you owe your success to? Credit.
I think I owe it to a lot of people, especially like the teachers at Law Prep. Seriously, like I'm not being paid to say this. A lot of because I did not even know where to start. मैंने June में join करी online coaching and I was scared कि online से मेरा होगा या नहीं होगा. But I just did it online. And then so a very big like part of it goes to the teachers here, and then my parents also. Like they've always been very serious about my studies and very like intrigued in my studies, and my like sister too. So yeah, that would be the two main inspirations and main support systems.
All right. You're such a bright kid, and it was lovely interacting with you. All the very best, and I'll see you around.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.